It's Week 8 of the National Football League.
And coming up, we'll see Dak Prescott.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Cowboys and the Panthers on Monday night.
BA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Alongside... Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to pass, first play is Prescott. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Pass knocked away by J.C. Horn. 2nd and 10. You look at this Carolina defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll start on the ground with Brooks, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They go play action. Young. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 3rd down and 13. Young will set to throw. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or 2 short. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now Prescott. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be incomplete. The Cowboys sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Vaughn. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4. You look at this Carolina defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. To throw is Prescott. Open man, the tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Looking to throw, Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Prescott yet again. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Luke Schoonmaker. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll Remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing, Young. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. That'll give him 8 that time. And 3rd and 1 now. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now here's Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Derek Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Prescott now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big play here for Dallas. 55 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. On the ground with Vaughn. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Yeah, not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Vaughn is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Seibert on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Young. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Young. He completes this one to Mingo. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Young going to give to Brooks. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Fulton. Past the 20. 5. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So how about that for your first carry of the game? Not bad.
How about that, and not bad at all. I think he earned himself a little bit more work, partner, because that's what you want from your number 2, your number 3 running backs. You want him to come in with the fresh legs, give your team a little jolt, and he did it right there. Best way to lobby for more playing time? Have runs like that.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 65 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Young to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Young. Young into the slide, and he's got a first down. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Up the middle with Brooks here. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. Conley. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 34. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Fulton. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Young now. He'll find Harry on the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. N'Keal Harry. 32 yards. And the Panthers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. That time a 6-play drive. And it was all finished off on the touchdown catch by N'Keal Harry. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and CeeDee Lamb ready to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Prescott to throw it. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Prescott. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Vaughn. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Deuce Vaughn, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Looking to throw, Young. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And his throw is incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where you see the final score there. Joe Burrow, a very good performance as his guys run the record now to 5-2. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Chris Godwin, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Breece Hall, a touchdown run in the victory. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Got a man open. That's Harry. give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. Pushes past him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's good for a Carolina Panther.
Now Young. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. In motion, the tight end. Off the play fake, Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, and pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Here is third down and 4. Now Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. A run out of the gun with Brooks. Sheds off the tackle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The play fake. Now Young. And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over in back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. Now a toss play to Vaughn. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Dak, he wants to change the play. Looking to throw. Prescott. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. A give running right is Vaughn. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. The Carolina offense about ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Running the toss to Brooks here.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Here's 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Young will set to throw.
The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. Now he's into the clear again. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st down, they go back to Vaughn again.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Staying on the ground with Vaughn.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Seibert's kick is good.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They go play action. Young. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Ready. Yellow, line, blue, check. Opposite, green, lights up, switch, yellow, switch, red.
Now here's Young. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Cowboys offense and their running back Deuce Vaughn getting set for their next drive. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. Now Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Prescott now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw, Young.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here we go.
Young. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Again, a run with Vaughn. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
In motion right is Mingo.
Young to throw it.
He completes this one to Mingo.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
From the 46, here's second down and 1.
At the 46-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And the Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Young.
Open man down the field. That's Ligon.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Young to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Second and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the Cowboys' 24-yard line.
Young off the play fake. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. In motion is Hardy.
Now Young. And this is going to be incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a second and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brooks.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
To the air once more, Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Sanders. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown from 6 yards away.
And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Oh, this is blocked. The Cowboys pick it up. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams group, when they run out there, they still feel it. And maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there, blocked the extra point, and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. On the counter, it's Vaughn.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Running behind center with Vaughn.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Prescott. That escapes the sand. Oh, no, he lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Handoff coming left is Vaughn.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Throwing here, Prescott. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Young.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
That's pulled in by Brooks. And he's going to get some of that yardage back. Still doesn't have a 1st down, but he does get out of bounds to stop the clock. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Young. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Young to throw. That is caught. And they will get the conversion on 4th down to stay alive, but time not an ally. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.